Would you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see this? You guys want to see this vampire reverse Darkest Dungeon? I was asking you guys because it's one of those sponsored ones. I don't know if I want to play it. I'm up in the air about it.
I'll research it a bit during stream. Also, speaking of new games, anyone else been seeing the ads for the new Civ game? What in the mobile game puck was that?
Wait, the new Civ game looks like a mobile game? Please tell me you're lying. This one, right? 7? This one right here? Half 2's getting its first.
I wish I was. Haven't seen the trailers yet, but the ad was dog shiz.
Born a German princess, Catherine the Great overthrew her husband to become Empress of Russia, modernizing the nation inside and out. Catherine believes that she alone can capture the true soul of the arts, meaning she favors leaders who don't threaten to outshine her. Even if diplomacy isn't exactly a walk in the tundra, Catherine does her best work there. Turns out those frigid climes hold a lot of history, granting Catherine big bonuses for collecting great work after great work. And for any labor spent bringing culture to the colder reaches of the world, Catherine gets some extra science bonuses as a treat. Consider pairing Catherine the Great with Russia in the modern age to double down on your culture and science gains. Or choose a different path all your own. But whatever you build, remember to build something you believe in.
I don't know. Doesn't look like it's being favored too much.
We are bringing various changes to naval combat. In the Antiquity Age, you're going to be a little bit more confined as your ships aren't quite as advanced and you can't explore the oceans yet. This means you're going to want to be sailing up navigable rivers where you can pillage, raid, as well as capture settlements built off of these rivers. In the Age of Exploration, it's going to be more about exploring the seas. You're going to get your fleet commanders, which are going to grant promotions, as well as ways for you to move across oceans more.
I don't know. It didn't. You'll have to show me the ad you're talking about, by the way. Alright. What is this? It is looking scarily like a mobile game. You're not wrong. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's... Alright, yeah. Alright, we'll look at the next one. What's this one?
The past is more than what we leave behind.
The problem with Civ is it has a hard time doing gameplay trailers. Because if they just did a regular gameplay trailer, it wouldn't excite a lot of people. Chief, stop having nosebleeds. You can't even see my thighs. Went down the long throat. The heck is this?
We celebrate our triumphs
Bokadragon
and
Bokath
bury
1 wow.
our regrets.
Hi, Gagal. Hi. So are we like... Is this like a look into the past kind of thing?
Every age has its secrets. In each layer of history, we can rediscover hope. A way to chart our future.
Although I feel like they could have done it with just this animated right here. This one's pretty good. It's William. Yeah, William beat you here. They got first cold hold.
Countless stories are carved into the Earth's strata. The lessons of one age augur the next.
There ain't no way in hell that sword lasted that long. That statement kind of triggers me, Luckhun. That's what an Assassin's Creed trailer should be, but it's not. Oh God, we gotta react to the Assassin's Creed, the new trailer they put out. They're trying to slowly change your perception of Assassin's Creed, but they said something in the trailer that triggered me so hard.
We must learn from our past. The future is waiting.
And with this commercial, you would think that they're like, yeah, the war side's not going to be the focus of this Sith game. No. No. Very regularly, the war factions do really great. Bro got the legendary loot? Good God. There ain't no way that sword lasted that long. I'm sorry. Not with where they were putting it and stuff. Just in the dirt.
That would actually make a good part of the video. And wouldn't take long.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that, and then we're gonna watch our advisor roast.
Today it's quite the story. RuneScape players have actually just fought off a potential monetization nightmare before it even happened. But of course, the
Okay.
That's
funny.
We said, let's put the entire history of the world into a game and make it fun.
She just do the come at me bro stance. Why is Cleopatra doing the come at me bro? It looks really neat in this trailer. It doesn't look very... That first trailer made it look so much like a mobile game. I might want to get rid of that first trailer, honestly. That one does not do them services. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, never pre-order unless you know it's going to be good. And by that, I mean there's like clear proof that it's going to be good, which there is some clear proof that this one's going to be good. But I will say that I will understand if you stay with the other two Civs until this one gets more DLC. Or not DLC, mods. But it looks really good. And I have seen a lot of like, and look, like, that's a clear sign.
The first trailer ad has 1 million views and 337 likes.
Yeah. Like, it may have gotten more views, it may have gotten a lot of views, but it did not do them service. Like, this one's got way more likes. Alright. Let me see. Alright. Alright. Here's the Ubisoft trailer. As you can see.
Triggered back alert.
As you can see. Very, very disliked trailer. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those likes weren't bots. This is the story trailer, I might add. There's 2 trailers.
Blood. Breathe deeply.
Chichu!
Tell me about your nightmare.
There is evil at work in our homeland. Greedy lords who bring war.
He comes. Oda Nobunaga. Iga is under attack. This blade.
Like, you guys are gonna be very triggered when it gets to the part.
It cannot be taken. What? Now is the time.
Notice that they're not even focusing on the first almost half of the video. You don't even see Yasuke. They're trying to downplay him now.
People don't care about us.
But then they still double down. You're gonna see it.
This land will soon be unified.
Here he comes.
By my vision. Is that tyranny?
I ride with you. My whole life, I have been caught on your wind, blown across the world.
I see potential in this man.
The brave soldier is not one of us. Send him back to wherever he belongs.
He may become a legend, or he may die. Duel me? No. Duels belong in the old world. This is the way forward.
You slaughtered innocents!
The blade. It is you. You are a part of something bigger than this war. Our fates are connected.
You can already tell, like, some of the stuff that's messed up about this.
We have all seen darkness. Some have been that darkness. Because you believe in my cause, we have come together, despite it all, to bring change.
Notice how they really downplayed Yasuke in this video, this story trailer. Alright, and now I'm going to show you the other video. I think it's, this one? No. It's... Alright, here it is. The final preview. It was a lot lower last time. But here you go.
After spending several hours finally playing Assassin's Creed Shadows after multiple delays, the next entry keeps up with the satisfying action and traversal that the series is known for, but it also showcases a sharper eye for world building and giving its 2 protagonists their time in the spotlight. From my time sneaking through fortresses, taking in the sweeping vistas of the open world, and pulling off slick combat finishers, I got to see just how developer Ubisoft Quebec has improved its balancing act of satisfying action, RPG systems, and rewarding open-ended exploration in a captivating new setting that's been long overdue. Since Assassin's Creed Origins in 2017, the series has stayed comfortably within the realm of the open-world RPG.
No, it hasn't.
Offering an expanded scope and narrative decisions to alter the course of the story. While this shift has led to some growing pains for the franchise, it has gotten a better handle on the additional layers to gameplay without...
It has not.
...without compromising the fantasy of being an ancient assassin.
It has definitely not.
With Shadows, the latest attempt at an Assassin's Creed RPG shows that...
Notice that the main...
that Ubisoft may have also cracked the code on the role-playing element with its two unique protagonists, something the series has struggled to present in a way that hasn't muddied the narrative waters.
Yes, kid. It'll be quicker if I go.
Shadows sets its sights on a new mystery deep within a revamped Animus program. In this new simulation, we focus on feudal-era Japan and the secret history of both Yasuke, an historical African slave who became a full-fledged samurai, and
historical African slave that became a full-fledged samurai. Think about that.
Naue, a female shinobi taking up the mantle of her father's legacy. The pair eventually team up to navigate a radically changing...
I say unpopular opinion is probably a popular opinion. This right here, this RPG element has no reason to be in an Assassin's Creed game. The equipment that he probably has on and this, no reason.
A radically changing 1500s Japan, rubbing shoulders with other historical allies such as Oda Nobunaga and Kuroda Kanbei, while taking down a shadowy cabal of warlords manipulating the country's attempt at unification from within.
It is possible you hold ulterior motives beyond reconstruction.
One of Kanbei's dogs. Kill them!
I spent most of my playtime exploring Harima Province, one of the early zones that featured a quest line involving an insidious...
And yes, Japanese people would just like randomly turn around and bow to samurai.
This plot to undermine...
If one of them was doing it, all of them would have done it.
...the region's power structure. The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows...
Which also begs the question, like, how is he supposed to be an assassin?
...is massive, but thankfully not to the ridiculous size of Valhalla. That said, plenty of opportunities were packed in this province, and the viewpoints to observe nearby points of interest helped steer me in the right direction.
That already makes me bored, just seeing how many little points they want you to... Eagle... like...
A general theme I found compelling was how Shadows emphasized harmonizing with the open world, a cultural element the developers wanted to highlight with the Japanese setting.
For all those we care about.
This theme also extends to the side activities and how the world changes over time with shifting seasons that alter the terrain. Shadows ditches the need for hunting, and instead, you can find and draw rare wildlife found in the wild. It was an odd activity at first, but I found them endearing and a relaxing change.
And while I kind of like this, I think I kind of just heard it through my side ear on the channel I listen to it. Some people were like, I'd rather be hunting them. It makes sense, kind of, for a Japanese game to more focus on, like, being one with nature and stuff.
Change of pace. I soon found myself being taken in by how atmospheric and thoughtful the setting was.
That was worth the wait.
Shadows also emphasizes the dynamic between the two protagonists and their agency within the world after bonding over being outcasts within the country. I really enjoyed their dynamic within the story, and they play well with each other during cutscenes. Yasuke is a gentle giant and wise samurai enforcer who offers some poignant insights while learning about Japanese culture.
The reigns will continue in a different form. Another battle, same war.
Naoe's growth into an assassin with a heavy legacy to uphold shows an early look at the dramatic highs. Also have the option of playing in canon mode, which presents a defined story without major narrative choices.
And what's the canon mode? Like, it could go one of two ways. Either they really shove Yasuke down your throat and you have to play just him, or they completely ignore Yasuke and just go with Naoe.
Which was added after developers streams of Assassin's Creed's combat and... For combat, there's a heightened need for dodging and parrying strikes, crucial to piercing through armor to deliver a killing blow. It injects Ghosts of Tsushima's offensive and defensive style of swordplay, but it also...
You're gonna laugh hearing that in a second.
Also has familiar AC combat skills such as power grabs and the always funny kick move I used plenty of times. I generally felt pleased with the more thoughtful approach to combat. However, it also comes with more challenges, which unexpectedly made some of the encounters in the game feel a bit more difficult.
The dumbass. Like, hello? You're trying to compare this to Sekiro? And that's how you die?
Shadows also struggled to present fights with multiple foes accurately, and it can be easy...
And like, if you notice, some of these guys aren't even attacking you.
...to get overwhelmed by enemies coming in off-screen.
And then like, why were some of them putting their weapons away mid-combat?
Still, when the new combat in Shadows hits, it certainly does hit.
This is like Sekiro, by the way, guys.
What impressed me most was the revamped stealth gameplay, which appropriately incorporates elements from...
By the way, if you're wondering, yes, the whole, if they're a higher level than you, they will survive assassinations for no reason. Like, even the grunts. And there's literally an option in the menus, like it's been confirmed that there's going to be an option in the menus to turn that off. I'm sorry, but if you have an option to turn off one of the mechanics you made, maybe it shouldn't be a mechanic.
Ubisoft's other stealth action series, Splinter Cell.
Oh, don't even say that. You'll trigger so many people. No, the reason they put that option in the game, is because no one that plays Assassin's Creed wanted that in the first place. Because it completely destroys the, like, thematic of Assassin's Creed. Oh, I just stabbed you in the neck with a blade that's as big as your neck. So I've sliced through everything that would keep you alive. But you're gonna still survive? Hello? Zombies? What is this?
That should be all of them.
With the new visibility meter, you can see how open you are.
I need to slow down. Identify my target.
Furthermore, there's a greater emphasis on light and darkness. You can even snuff out candles to add some cover.
Oh, I knew that was going to be it. As soon as they called it shadows, I was like, oh, they're going to have a shadow mechanic.
My favorite...
They're thinking they're going to be so great.
...addition is the ability to go prone.
No, here's the thing, you're never meant to, like... Assassin's Creed's emphasis, if you've ever played the first one and the second one, and to some extent the third one, and even the pirate one, the emphasis is on assassinating your targets and getting out. It's kind of like Hitman. You're not supposed to be running in guns blazing. That's why we've never gotten real guns. Like later on in the campaign, you get so strong, like with all your equipment and stuff and your upgrades, that you can kind of like go Rambo and like go through places. But the joy of Assassin's Creed was slowly and methodically getting rid of every single person without any of them realizing what's happening. The whole assassination, though, it's called assassination for a reason. The assassinate mechanic has always been mostly for like the bosses and stuff. It's supposed to be a one-shot because it means you've been rewarded for being stealthy. But they just didn't care. They were like, no, let's ruin the main part of our mechanic.
Changer for stealth. Playing stealth with Naue was so satisfying, and it does well to showcase just how...
He says it was so satisfying, yet he gets caught in the first 3 seconds of the clip. Where was the stealth?
Much that gameplay style has improved.
He didn't even do the thing what like an actual Assassin's Creed player would have done, where he like kind of looks around the hallway and see like who's there, or like wait to see their like movement pattern. Nope, just ran in. Oh, I'm being stealthy. Everyone in the building knows where I am. I'm being stealthy. Not as stealthy as me.
While both characters can combat and stealth, they also have clear limitations. For instance, Yosuke is a formidable fighter and is capable of ambushing enemies. However, his large stature is not ideal for advanced stealth.
Be careful.
Which is hilarious. He's like, not ideal, yet he actually sneaks up on this guy. But you know what he does? He stands up and he whistles for the guy. Did you watch your own video back while you were doing these commentaries?
In addition to being incapable of climbing certain areas, he's also not great at performing the leap of faith.
It is harder than it looks.
As for Naue, she's a skilled assassin with access to a grappling hook and smoke bombs. However, her nimble combat
like that didn't make any sense.
Style is far more reliant on parrying and dodging, and one hit from an elite enemy's heavy strike can take a chunk of her health bar. While pulling off Naue's combat skills was satisfying, I often had to resist the urge to take out every enemy and run for it when things got out of hand. Continuing with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can manage and upgrade a base of operations.
Which, by the way, there's a chance this game gets banned in Japan. Like, it's not allowed, because a lot of Japanese people are angry about this game.
As you recruit allies, they'll head to your hideout to open up shops and offer new side missions that incentivize revisits to previous zones. But Shadows takes this feature a step further by allowing you to build...
They're literally adding a settlement building aspect to the game, which, like, it harkens back to Brotherhood, where you built out your own, like you grew your place into a Brotherhood sanctuary, basically.
Build out your custom village in the vein of Animal Crossing. The Town Builder mode offers plenty of options to add necessities and some personal touches to the hideout. I spent an unexpected amount of time building more housing and decorating my space.
Think about this, guys. Does this look like it has anything to do with the main audience for an Assassin's Creed game? Like, say what you will about cute puppies and stuff, but does this have anything to do... Like, do you think this is targeted toward the main audience of an Assassin's game? Well, like, there is very few people that actually do that. Like I said, putting the puppy that you pet in the game is usually like a 0.5 modifier. Like, it could be one of the deciding factors, but it is never the sole reason someone buys the game. Do you think this has anything to do with an Assassin's Creed game? Be honest with me. Nope. Exactly.
With Shinto shrines and pets, such as cats and tanuki. There are also side activities, such as a visually striking meditation minigame to help you—
How much you want to bet those are Naruto hand signs? And have nothing to do with meditation in Japan.
Earn additional perks. It's an unexpectedly cozy side activity for an AC game, and I was quickly taken in by how satisfying it was to walk around a massive village I had made in a reasonably short time. So far, Assassin's Creed Shadows is shaping up to be a solid follow-up to—
Which, that right there, that was incredibly dishonorable.
Ubisoft's ambitious Valhalla. Even if the familiar crop of open-world bugs and quirks popped up during my time, I still found
I like that he already showed off some of the bugs.
A great deal to appreciate with Shadows and its world building. While this conceit is not an uncommon backdrop for video games, which can be easy to mess up with insensitive representation, Assassin's Creed Shadows so far does well to justify its take on an open-world RPG set during this culturally rich era, especially in its handling of the two protagonists.
As he shows off the incredibly racist depiction of samurai armor and stuff. But yeah. And I kind of agree with the statement I've heard that Asmongold made. When this game comes out, the absolute last thing on people's mind with how bad it is going to be about Yasuke. That's going to be like the tip of the iceberg of all the bad things in this game. Just putting that out there. Light novel Pokemon edition. New Doom game looks sick as fuck. Nooner, you remember what Blizzard did to the last Doom, right? Where they almost refused to pay the guy that did the music. The iconic music. I ain't pre-ordering crap till it's out. I'm done with pre-orders. Last time I pre-ordered, I wasted 100 of Gal's money. I ain't about that life. I mean, you make a point. But I also think of it this way. I don't want to support a dev. I'll get it secondhand if I can. That's the whole reason they wanted digital only to be a thing, guys. Is so they don't have to... So they always are guaranteed a sale. But yeah, here's my thing. I will not support any Blizzard game. At all. I refuse. They've just proved to me that they're just bad people all around. Oh, Blizzard doesn't have anything to do with the new Doom? I'll look at it. I'll look at it. No, that's a good mine.
Cry.
Don't worry, we're going back. No, Color. Don't worry. I want to see I want to see this trailer. Oh, it's Bethesda. That's still a pretty bad company, but I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. We kind of can't turn it. Oh, Lockhart, it's loud.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters.
We're gonna go back to it, Color. Don't worry.
But our team is as passionate as ever, and the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of...
The only thing that could make me really want to play this is if you get to use medieval weapons.
Creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of...
You can't name a game Dark Ages and not use, like, a flail and a flamberge and a claymore and, like, a pike.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
I don't know what NG4 means. He's got the chainsaw shield.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a...
You said medieval. I'm expecting a flail.
Cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own, as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight. And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail?
Woo!
Or maybe an electrified gauntlet. Or even a Doom spiked mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines, built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with.
I like the harpoon gun.
Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
That's pretty interesting. So it looks like you can only parry certain attacks, the green ones. Seems like the combat, what's it called? The combat, I guess train? Combat, like, whatever the word is, combat loop, yeah, that. Seems like it's focused more on, comboing now, or like, it feels more like medium paced than fast or slow paced. Like it's wanting you to look at the attacks and stuff like that, because like you said, tank. You're not the fastest, but nor are you the slowest. And it seems like you want to like combo them into death.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the
Unpopular opinion, I don't like these.
speed and challenge of the game.
I'm sorry, but like, I like when the...
This is some weird Pokemon.
We're going back to Pokemon, calm down. I like when the difficulty is built into the game. AKA Elden Ring. Easy mode was magic. Medium mode was what I did, which was like a little bit of the like alternative magics mixed with weapons. Hard mode was straight up just a melee weapon, get up close to them. Like, it's not get good scrubs, it's more like you could have done so much better, but instead you trivialized it and just made it where, oh, I could just up the settings where it makes it look like I'm good. Like, that doesn't feel good. I feel bad about changing that. What that's telling me is, oh, you're not good enough for the base game.
To whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up.
Yeah, like, see, why am I slowing down the game? Why am I daising them longer? Like, this right here doesn't make any sense. You can't difficulty level and modifier it. What are you telling me? I can make it the hardest level and then just daze and parry window and damage to demons all the way up and damage to players all the way down, and I'll beat the hardest mode.
It's a doom for all Slayers. And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer.
And I bet you $100 that a lot of the achievements are going to be locked behind beating the game on max difficulty with no modifiers and stuff like that. Which I hate too, because that's just... that defeats the purpose of your stupid difficulty slider.
Finally have for you. We've been waiting for 2
Because basically what you're saying is, oh, yeah, we added the difficulty slider and stuff, but you're not going to be allowed to get the achievements.
Games now to get in and pilot your
First PC mod is probably, you can still get the achievements with the modifiers on.
very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from...
Don't say that, Nuna. You're making all the Titanfall players so mad at you right now.
The Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through...
That one doesn't make sense. Why is he leaping there after throwing the shield?
...environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience.
Now, like, if you added a chain to the shield itself, that would make sense. Like, he yanks on it to pull himself over there. That'd be cool. Like, the magic doesn't even make sense, because it's a chainsaw shield. Where's the magic?
In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you
Team and
see,
magic
with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue.
Which, by the way, guys, I don't think you noticed this, but a lot of his projectiles are going super, super duper slow. He slowed down all the projectiles and made it where he takes less damage.
Doom's
guy doesn't even know how to play games.
Sandbox full of war and riches. Once
might be semi-open world, I'll say that.
you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates, because the battle isn't over yet.
I want the tacos.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show.
I can play through the entire game on the dragon, we'll talk.
Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Looks neat. Looks nice. Looks interesting. No, they're not done with the game
The
yet.
bat is back.
The bat is back.
So between the new Doom and the new Civ, what's Boka's predictions?
I haven't seen enough of Civ to truly give an answer on that one. but I think Civ might do well. Civ game, well, here's the thing. Civ's gonna do okay. The problem is they're competing with Civ, what is it, 6 and 5, both of which have tons of mods, tons of content. So it's not gonna do that great at the start. But Doom looks like a solid 8 out of 10 game, at least right now. I haven't seen anything to give it a higher or lower score. That's what I rate that. I think they're both right. Well, at least until I see some more. Civ looks like a 7 out of 10. Doom looks like an 8 out of 10. I think people can give me that.